All new in our 7 o'clock hour, a local teacher gives up everything. Last year, Thomas Rebman made headlines by choosing to live homeless on the streets of Orlando. He did it for 30 days. Well, flash forward to a year later, he has now lived homeless in 13 cities for almost 100 days. He just returned from 2 weeks on Los Angeles' Skid Row. And he's looking good. Thomas Rebman joining us live in our studio this morning to talk more about his experience. Great to see you again.
Good to see you again,
Thanks for coming
Amy.
back to visit us.
Thank you.
Okay, so first let's talk about, you are actually moving to Seminole County. You're going to teach in Seminole County this year, right?
I intend to apply in Seminole County
Okay, good.
this year,
Now,
yes.
you were at Lockhart last year.
Yes.
What did the kids think of this? What was their reaction to what you were doing?
You know, it's funny. I still keep up with some of the children and their parents today on Facebook, of course, and they're, of course, enamored with this. And the thing is, it started out as a reading lesson for them, but it's turned into so much more.
Talk to me about why you decided to continue on with this. You did the 30 days in Orlando. It wasn't easy. You talked about how it was so much harder than you thought it would be. Why did you decide to keep doing this?
Because it made an impact, and basically a lot of people paid attention, you know, and it got a lot of people aware of the truths of homelessness. And a lot of the advocates talked to me and said, look, you have all this going, you have to keep going. And then when I got the invite from the Florida Governor's Council to brief them on homelessness, I thought, okay, good, I'll go to the other cities, and I ended up doing 9 cities in Florida. You know, before I left the state, before that briefing. And so that taught me how I can compare the cities to each other by living in all of the cities throughout Florida. And that's why I did the second campaign.
Los Angeles, Skid Row, probably one of the roughest, toughest areas. What did you encounter while you were there?
Wow. It was, well, first, the mental illness there is really bad. Over 65% of the people on the street are, you know, chronically mentally ill, and that just makes it a tough population. And when you have that population, that allows the crime element to immediately have a population to, you know, sell their drugs to or do, and that's why you have that area so bad right now. And I met with Officer Dion Joseph out there, who's been running Skid Row for 10 years, and he really has solutions. It's just hard to get the public will to get there.
Were you ever in fear for your life at any point over this process?
Well, I tried to downplay it because my wife watches the Facebook page, but truthfully, yeah, there were a couple of times, and you can see some of it on my Facebook page, where I got chased by a machete and a guy with a machete and people threatening to beat me up and stuff. So it was, you know, it was hairy. People on the streets, it's not a fun life, and it's very dangerous.
What do you want the people at home to have learned from what you have gone through?
Well, what I want the people at home to know is that homelessness is not the guy panhandling. That's a very small percentage. It's just the percentage that we see and we have problems with. You know, almost 50% of the homeless are families. Women and children are the fastest growing homeless population. So I want us to make decisions based on that, and that's what's going on over in Daytona. I want them to have a plan for the homeless in Volusia County.
Okay, and tell our viewers how they can follow you and reach out to you.
They can go to my Facebook page, which is Homeless and Hungry, or they could go to my website, which is www.homeless-hungry.org.
All right, good luck to you. Thomas Rebman, always a pleasure to see you. It's just fascinating, isn't it? 7:47 right now, John.